put all of your trust in God. Going home over the season. You put all of your trust in God. You'll find your way home. You'll find your way. This wicked world is full of treason, treacherous and full of deception, but they keep believing. Hold your faith, stay strong, yeah, the time is coming. You can hide, but you will get hit while you're running. Let me tell you something, satisfaction can never happen. If you don't keep your eyes lost, discover gladness. It gets tragic, ridiculed as a youngster. Teased, praying on my knees to the wrong one. In the dumpster is a man searching for some food. Probably lied to us when they said the sky's blue. Malicious with their deeds, I know it's fear that they feeling. Slavery, that ground that we was tilling. Can you feel me in the state losing my sanity? Love, feeling pleasure, hate, feeling agony. If you look into the skies, you can see the stars. Blowing through the wind, blowing, you can make it fall. You can find your way home if you put all of your trust in God. Going home over the seas if you put all of your trust in God. You'll find your way home. You'll find your way.
Tell me what's the reason for revolution? Jeans, looting furniture and TVs on land distribution. I'm shooting for the millet, the barley, and the bushels of grain. But all is nothing if we don't call his name. Trusting in him is the only way to win. Turning from our sin, spirits humbling. Seeking God's face to heal our land and destroy this place. Babel, Sheshach become defect with Tubal and Meshach. Flex, but bless L.O. Israel will be cool and mellow. Sun shining yellow, moon glowing white. Yellow team in the street, elders laughing through the night. Glory ascending from the terrible plight. Only if we living in Yah's sight. Loving my brother and leaving from the strife. Trusting in Yah, never leaning on man's life.
You can find your way home if you put all of your trust in Yah. Going home over the seas if you put all of your trust in Yah. You'll find your way home. You'll find your way. A long time ago, Moses warned me. If you do wrong, I get wrong. That's why he sold me. To my enemies, I keep my head above the water. Easily influenced, never met my father. My block is full of murderers and burglars. Jails packed with blacks, the whole world and heard of us. Obliterated my heritage, can't find it. My generation long gone, we be walking blinded. Like bats flying, I got love for all my true soldiers. Praise Yahweh Elohim, I'm sitting on his shoulders. Safe, trying to find a place where I can escape the reality of pain standing in my face. Show me grace, been a long time coming, man. I'm hunting, man, kill off all my foes, I'm gunning, man. If you look into the skies, you can see the stars. Blowing through the wind, blowing, you can make it fall. You can find your way home if you put all of your trust in Yah. Going home over the seas if you put all of your trust in Yah.
Praise Yah.
You'll find your way
Praise Yah.
home.
Praise Yah.
You'll find your way. You'll find your way home if you put all of your trust in Yah. Going home over the seas if you put all of your trust in Yah. Rise on the land, fret not thyself, follow all Yah's commands, all Yah's commands, man.
Shalom, shalom, brothers and sisters all over the world. I'm Yahudah ben Israel. I'm a Hebrew servant of the Most High Yahweh. And I was come to earth to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Now, today's topic, I'm going to talk about, can we keep the law in captivity? I was always told by the Christians and the Messianics that we cannot keep the laws in a strange land in United States or the white man land or Russia or China, wherever we at. We have to be in our own land to keep the law, which is a lie. I'm going to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that we can keep the laws wherever you at. It don't matter. In the penitentiary, United States, Russia, Germany, and France. It don't matter. Okay, now, yeah, I want to give all honor and glory and praise and worship to Yahweh by saying hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Praise the mighty Yah. Okay, now I want to start off in the book of Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. Leviticus 23:3.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 3. 6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest and holy convocation. Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of Yahweh in all your dwellings.
Now, what do all your dwellers mean? All your dwellers mean wherever you stay at. Russia, France, New York, it don't matter. And all your dwellings, that's what the word said, all your dwellings. So wherever you at on this earth, you're supposed to be keeping the law. It just said in all your dwelling. Okay. Now let's go to Deuteronomy 8. Still talking about can we keep the laws in captivity, which I was told you can't. But let's see what the book say today. Okay. Deuteronomy 8. Tell the first, bro.
Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 1. All the commandments which command thee, or which I command thee this day, shall ye observe to do, that ye may live and multiply, and go in and possess the land which Yahweh swore unto your fathers. And thou shalt remember all the way which Yahweh thy Elohim led thee these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble thee and to prove thee, to know what was in thine heart, whether thou wouldest keep his commandments or no. And he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger, and fed thee with manna, which thou knewest not, neither did thy fathers know, that he might make thee know that man do not live by bread only, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of Yahweh do man live.
Okay, now we was in the wilderness. That was not the land. We kept the law in the wilderness. So we don't have to be in the land to keep the law. We kept the law in the wilderness. That's what that meant. Okay, go to Deuteronomy 11. 11, Deuteronomy 11 and 1.
Deut- Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 1. Therefore thou shalt love Yahweh thy Elohim, and keep his charge, and his statutes, and his judgments, and his commandments always.
Now it say always. So always mean anywhere. At all the time. At all costs. Keep the law at all ways, at all costs. Read.
And know ye this day, for I speak not with your children which have not known, and which have not seen the chastisement of Yahweh your Elohim, his greatness, his mighty hand, and his stretched out arm.
Now skim on down to 8, the 8th verse.
Verse 8. Therefore shall ye keep all the commandments which I command you this day, that ye may be strong, and go and possess the land, whether ye go to possess it.
Wherever you go to possess it, keep the commandment. The book popular. Deuteronomy 29. Deuteronomy 29 and 9 through 15.
Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 9. Keep therefore the words of this covenant, and do them, that ye may prosper in all that ye do. Ye stand this day all of you before Yahweh your Elohim, your captains of your tribes, your elders, and your officers, with all the men of Israel, your little ones, your wives, and thy stranger that is in thy camp, from the hewer of thy wood, unto the drawer of thy water, that thou shouldest enter into covenant with Yahweh thy Elohim, and into this oath which Yahweh thy Elohim maketh with thee this day, that he may establish thee today for a people unto himself, and that he may be unto thee a Elohim, as he have said unto thee, and as he hath sworn unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. Neither with you only do I make this covenant and this oath, but with him that standeth here with us this day before Yahweh our Elohim, and also with him that is not here with us this day.
Okay, now. Okay, let's go to Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 30. Okay. Deuteronomy 31 through 3.
Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whither Yahweh the Elohim have driven thee.
Okay, now skip on down to 10 and 11.
Deuteronomy 30, verse 10. If thou shalt hearken unto the voice of Yahweh the Elohim,
They say if, right.
to keep his commandments and his statutes which are written in this book of the law, and if thou turn unto Yahweh the Elohim with all thy heart and with all thy soul, for this command which I command thee this day, it is not hidden from thee.
It ain't hearing from thee, so stop making excuses, but don't nobody know what the law is.
Neither is it far off.
They ain't in Russia or Germany somewhere where you got to go get them.
It is not in heaven.
They ain't in heaven.
That thou shouldest say, who shall go up for us to heaven, and bring it unto us, that we may hear it?
Say excuses. Man, somebody got to go get the law. It's in heaven for us to keep it. Making it all excuses. Read.
And do it. Neither is it beyond the sea.
It ain't in the sea.
That thou shouldest say, who shall go over the sea for us, and bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it? But the word is very nigh unto thee.
The word is right here. We're reading it today.
In thy mouth and in thy heart, that thou mayest do it.
That's right. That might do it.
See, I have set before thee this day life and good, and death and evil.
That's right.
And that I command thee this day to love Yahweh the Elohim, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments, and his statutes, and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply. And Yahweh the Elohim shall bless thee in the land, whither thou goest to possess it.
Wherever you go to possess it. So you ain't going to never read where it say, only keep the law in the Holy Land. We only supposed to keep the law in Jerusalem, in Israel, the Holy Land. You'll never read that. So that's a lie they tell her. Okay, let's go to Ezekiel. Ezekiel. Okay, Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 10.
Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 10.
Mm.
Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, all my words that I shall speak unto thee receive in thine heart, and hear with thine ears, and go, get thee to them of the captivity unto the children of thy people, and speak unto them, and tell them, Thus said Yahweh Elohim, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear. Then the Spirit took me up, and I heard behind me a voice of a great rushing, saying, Blessed be the glory of Yahweh from his place. I heard also the noise of the wings of the living creatures that touched one another, and the noise of the wheels over against them, and a noise of a great rushing. So the Spirit lifted me up and took me away, and I went in bitterness in the heart of my spirit. But the hand of Yahweh was strong upon me. Then I came to them of the captivity of Tel Abib, that dwelt by the river Chebar, and I sat where they sat, and remained there astonished among them 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass at the end of 7 days that the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me. When I say unto the wicked, Thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand.
Mm.
Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity.
In other words, warn the wicked, tell them you're supposed to be keeping the laws, the statutes, judgment, commandments right now in captivity or wherever you at. Warn the wicked to let them know what's going to happen if you don't. Is that 19?
But thou hast delivered thy soul.
That's right. You did yourself up. You told him the truth, and he rejected. That's on him. Okay, let's go to Ezekiel 37. Warn the people. Tell them about the law. Whether they hear or don't, or forbear. Let's see, Ezekiel 37. Let me see, 23. Yes, start at 23.
Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 23. Neither shall they defile themselves any more with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions. But I will save them out of all their dwelling places.
All that dwelling, the word dwelling places there, wherever you at, the Most High gonna save you from all your dwelling as after you kept the laws.
Wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their Elohim. And David my servant shall be king over them.
David gonna be the Messiah.
And they all shall have one shepherd.
One shepherd, that's talking about David, one shepherd.
They shall also walk in my judgments, and observe my statutes, and do them. And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt, and they shall dwell therein, even they, and their children, and their children's children forever.
That's right, forever. We're gonna do that forever.
And,
Read.
and my servant David shall be their prince forever.
And David gonna be the prince forever. Not no JC.
Moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them. It shall be an everlasting covenant with them, and I will place them and multiply them, and will set my sanctuary in the midst of them forevermore.
The Almighty say he gonna set his sanctuary in the midst of them. Not in captivity, not in the United States. Read.
My tabernacle also shall be with them.
Gonna be with them.
Yea, I will be their Elohim, and they shall be my people.
That's right.
And the heathen shall know that I, Yahweh, do sanctify Israel, when my sanctuary shall be in the midst of them forevermore.
That's right. Talking about Jerusalem in the Holy Land. That's right. Okay, let's go to Nehemiah. Nehemiah 1. Okay, Nehemiah. Let's go to Nehemiah chapter 1. Start at the 4th verse. Go through there.
Nehemiah chapter 1 verse 4. And it came to pass, when I heard these words, that I sat down and wept, and mourned certain days, and fasted, and prayed before the Elohim of heaven. And said, I beseech thee, O Yahweh Elohim of heaven, the great and terrible Elohim, that keepeth covenant and mercy for them that love him and observe his commandments.
That's right.
Let thine ear now be attentive, and thine eyes open, that thou mayest hear the prayer of thy servant, which I pray before thee now, day and night, for the children of Israel, thy servants, and confess the sins of the children of Israel, which we have sinned against thee.
And we all have sinned against the Most High. Everybody in this world, right?
Both I and my father's house have sinned.
That's right. We all have sinned.
We have dealt very corruptly against thee,
That's right.
and have not kept the commandments,
And these Christians that make sound they ain't keeping the commandments.
nor the statutes, nor the judgments, which thou commandest thy servant Moses.
That's right.
Remember, I beseech thee, the word that thou commandest thy servant Moses, saying, If ye transgress,
It said, if you transgress,
I will scatter you abroad among the nations.
that's when we're abroad among the nations, because we transgress. That's when we're in the United States today, because we transgress.
But if ye turn unto me,
But if you start keeping the laws and statutes and judgment commandments, turn to the Most High Yahweh, because that's the only way you can turn to Him is by obeying His voice and keeping His laws. No other kind of way. Read.
and keep my commandments.
Right. Read that again. Start at the 9. So, but what?
But if ye turn unto me,
Yahweh said, if you turn into me
and keep my
and
commandments,
keep His commandments,
and do them,
not talk about them, but do them in captivity. Do them in captivity.
though there were of you cast out unto the uttermost part of the heaven, yet will I gather them from thence,
He gonna gather us from all over the world when we start keeping the commandments. There it is, right there, keeping the laws. He gonna gather us from keeping the laws. Read.
and will bring them unto the place that I have chosen to set my name there.
Now, where did He choose to set His name there? Not Memphis, not Chicago, not Detroit, not California, but Israel. He gonna take us back to the Holy Land after we done kept the commandments. So the commandments was gonna get you back to the Holy Land. You broke the commandments to get to this land, and you got to keep them to get back to the Holy Land. It's real plain and simple. Okay, Ezekiel 20. You must keep the commandments in captivity. So don't let them tell you you can't do it. That's a lie. That is a lie. Ezekiel 20. Let's see. Start the 5th verse.
Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 5. And say unto them, Thus saith Yahweh Elohim, in the day when I chose Israel, and lifted up my hand unto the seed of the house of Jacob, and made myself known unto them in the land of Egypt, when I lifted up my hand unto them, saying, I am Yahweh your Elohim, in the day that I lifted up my hand unto them, to bring them forth out of the land of Egypt, into a land that I had espied for them, flowing with milk and honey, which is the glory of all lands. Then said I unto them, Cast ye away every man the abominations of his eyes, and defile not yourselves with the idols of Egypt. I am Yahweh your Elohim.
You see, we defile ourselves with the idols of the United States. Same thing they did in Egypt, same thing we do in the United States, right?
But they rebelled against me,
And we rebelled against the Most High too.
and would not hearken unto me. And they did not every man cast away the abominations of their eyes, neither did they forsake the idols of Egypt. Then I said, I will pour out my fury upon them, to accomplish my anger against them in the midst of the land of Egypt.
Because we doing exactly what the Egyptians did. Same thing we doing in America, we do what the Egyptians do. That's what the Most High is saying. Okay, go to 18 and 25. Get on down to the 18th verse. Yeah.
Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
But I say unto their children in the wilderness, Walk ye not in the statutes of your fathers, neither observe their judgments, nor defile yourselves with their idols. I am Yahweh your Elohim. Walk in my statutes, and keep my judgments, and do them,
In the wilderness, supposed to do it in the wilderness, read.
and hallow my Sabbaths, and they shall be a sign between me and you,
Mm-hmm.
that ye may know that I am Yahweh your Elohim. Notwithstanding the children rebelled against me, they walked not in my statutes, neither kept my judgments to do them.
Yeah, same thing they do in the United States. They ain't keeping the judgment and doing them in captivity. Same people. Yeah, we ain't gonna do right nowhere where we put us. Read.
which if a man do, he shall even live in them.
And if you keep the commandments, you'll live.
They polluted my Sabbaths.
That's right. They washed cars and went to the mall, spend money. They bought, sold, and trade on a Saturday, which you ain't supposed to do nothing there on Saturday. Read.
Then I said, I will pour out my fury upon them to accomplish my anger against them in the wilderness.
In the wilderness, man. If we can keep the laws and statutes, commandments in the wilderness, you know you can keep them in captivity, because the wilderness is not the Holy Land. Read.
Nevertheless, I withdrew my hand and wrought for my name's sake that it should not be polluted in the sight of the heathen, in whose sight I brought them forth. I lifted up my hand unto them also in the wilderness, that I would scatter them among the heathen and disperse them through the countries.
So, in other words, the Almighty, wherever you at in this world, on this earth, the Almighty wants you keeping them laws. Whether you're in the United States, Canada, Russia, the world, it don't matter. Keep them laws, because the same thing apply. The Almighty don't change.
Because they had not executed my judgments, but had despised my statutes,
That's right.
and had polluted my Sabbaths, and their eyes were after their fathers' idols.
That's right.
Wherefore I gave them also statutes that were not good, and judgments whereby they should not live.
That's right. Okay. In other words, the Almighty gave you, He curse you and let you do you. Curse you and let you do you. Okay. Now let's go to Second Chronicle. Yeah, Second Chronicle. Yeah, let me show them too that the Most High don't change. Don't let me forget to show them that the Almighty don't change. Okay. And somewhere else that you ain't supposed to buy, sell, or trade on Sabbath. Yeah. What else it say? 6. Let's see. 6. Second Chronicles 6:36.
2 Chronicles chapter 6 verse 36. If they sin against thee, for there is no man which sinneth not, and thou be angry with them, and deliver them over before their enemies, and they carry them away captives unto a land far off or near, yet if they bethink themselves in the land, whether they are carried captive, and turn and pray unto thee in the land of their captivity,
So you got to turn and pray to the Most High,
saying, we have sinned, we have done amiss, and have dealt wickedly. If they return to thee with all their heart and with all their soul
in captivity now, right?
in the land of their
In the
captivity,
land of their captivity,
whether they have carried them captives, and pray toward their land, which thou gavest unto their fathers, and toward the city which thou hast chosen, and toward the house which I have built for thy name.
that's right. Do all this in captivity.
Then hear thou from the heavens, even from thy dwelling place,
Dwelling place, where that word dwelling place, wherever you at, dwelling place.
their prayer and their supplications, and maintain their cause, and forgive thy people which have sinned against thee.
That's right. That's right. Okay, now let's go to Malachi. I'm gonna prove that the Most High don't change. Malachi 3 and 6.
Malachi chapter 3 verse 6. For I am Yahweh, I change not, therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
That's right. We ain't consumed because He don't change. Everybody say the season change. You and I change. The world change. But the Most High don't change. He stay the same. Okay, let me go to Nehemiah 2 and prove that you ain't supposed to buy, sell, or trade on a Saturday. Okay, go to Nehemiah 10 and 30 and 31.
Nehemiah chapter 10, verse 30. And that we would not give our daughters unto the people of the land, nor take their daughters for our sons. And the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell, that we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath.
You ain't supposed to buy nothing. You ain't supposed to be buying, selling, and trade on the Sabbath day. That's what the book say. Read.
Or on the holy day.
That's right.
And that we would leave the 7th year and the exaction of every debt.
Okay, in other words, don't be buying, selling, and trading on the Sabbath day. And there's somewhere else in here too. Let me go to start at Nehemiah chapter 13 and 15.
Nehemiah chapter 13, verse 15. And those days saw I in Judah some treading wine presses on the Sabbath day.
Which is wrong. You don't do that on no Sabbath day. It's wrong.
And bringing in sheaves and ladding asses, also wine, grapes, and figs, and all manner of burdens, which they brought into Jerusalem on the Sabbath day.
Which is wrong.
And I testified against them in the day wherein they sold victuals.
Sold victuals. You ain't supposed to buy, sell, or trade on the Sabbath day. You're supposed to shut it down. Read.
There dwelt men of Tyre also therein, which brought fish and all manner of ware, and sold on the Sabbath unto the children of Judah and in Jerusalem.
See, they did this at Jerusalem. Wasn't even in captivity. You know they're a hot mess.
Then I contended with the nobles of Judah, and said unto them, What evil thing is this that ye do, and profane the Sabbath day?
See, this is an evil thing when you buy, sell, or trade on the Sabbath day. You ain't got no business spending no money, trading no money on the Sabbath day, none of that. It's an evil thing. To read that again, because I want the world to know when you out there buying, selling, and trading on the Sabbath day, that's evil. The book said it. Read.
Then I contended with the nobles of Judah, and said unto them, What evil thing is this that ye do, and profane the Sabbath day? Did not your fathers thus? And did not our Elohim bring all this evil upon us, and upon this city? Yet ye bring more wrath upon Israel by profaning the Sabbath.
By profaning the Sabbath. And how you profane the Sabbath day? By not resting. And by doing everything that you want to do on the Sabbath day. That's how you profane it. So now I would just let's see, anything else we need to go with that? Okay. Well, yeah, I just want to get that point across about, can we keep the laws in captivity? Yes, we can, because the law is what's going to deliver you back to the Holy Land. When you keep the law in this land, you're going to get back to the Promised Land, which is the Holy Land. And the reason why we over here is because we broke the law. Now, to get back to the Holy Land, you got to keep the law. The book said. So I'm going to get ready to close out. And I want to give all honor, glory, and worship and praise to Yahweh by saying hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Praise the mighty Yah, and shalom.